Hi, Belkies.
Hi, Paul.
How are you doing? Yeah.
I'm fine.
Yeah, what is your name?
It's Belkies.
Is it Tom Cruise?
It is, and it's Belkies.
Were you a baby boy?
I was, and I was a baby girl.
Were you an ugly baby girl?
I was, and I was a beautiful baby girl.
And where do you live?
I live in our neighborhood in San Pedro Sula with my family.
Do you live in a rural neighborhood with Michael Jackson?
I don't. I live in our neighborhood with my family.
Yeah, and where do you study?
I study in Ali, and I study in Pese.
And what kind of school is it?
It's a monolingual school.
Is it a bilingual school?
It is, and it's a monolingual school.
And are you married?
I'm not. I'm single.
Do you have a boyfriend?
I don't.
You don't?
I don't.
Okay. We're going to be discussing Japan as a fast food market. Tell me a little bit about Japan as a fast food market.
The fast food was uncommon in Japan when Kentucky Fried Chicken decided to enter the fast food market. And the company saw a very promising business opportunity.
Yeah. Well, what factors made it think that it was a promising business opportunity?
The population size factor, the competition factor, economic level factor, the disposition factor, the leisure time factor, and the consumer factor.
Yeah, so did KFC have a lot of competition when it entered the market?
It didn't. It had a little, not a
How do you know that?
Because the fast food was uncommon in Japan when it decided to enter the fast food market.
Yes.
The lower class is the people that frequently eat in their houses. And
Well, do upper class people eat in their houses?
they do. They have a maid.
Okay.
And the middle class go frequently to eat in a fast food restaurants with their family. And they have a car, for example, Toyota, Mitsubishi.
And what kind of a car do lower class people normally have?
The lower class, I think, that don't have car.
What kind of transportation do they have?
They ride in a bus, probably in a taxi or in a bicycle.
In a bicycle?
On a bicycle.
What's happening to leisure time and income in Japan?
The income is more in Japan, in Asia, and
Well, is the income rising or declining in Japan?
the income is rising.
And what's the same about leisure time and income?
They're both rising.
Are they both declining?
They're both rising.
So, leisure time, what factor is that?
Is the leisure time factor is a positive factor for KFC because when the people don't work or don't study, have more time to go in a fast food restaurants, and for example, the parents go with their children. And
How does KFC hook the children?
it hooked the children with the games, playground.
How about the toys?
Toys.
And how does KFC hook the parents?
It helped the parents by the children because the children see the games and they want to go to the KFC.
Yeah, and where's the restaurant capital of the world located?
It's located in Japan.
And what does that mean, restaurant capital of the world?
It's the most important fast food market in the world.
It is. And what is the ratio of restaurants to populace in Japan?
It's 1 to 81.
Well, what's the ratio of populous restaurants in Japan?
It's 81 to 1.
And is that a good ratio?
It is.
Why do you think that?
I think it is because it's only one restaurant for 81 people.
And it's located in the restaurant capital of the
Ah,
world, so
okay.
it's probably. Okay, and how popular is KFC in Japan today?
Today is inordinately popular.
Well, what does that mean? I'm from a little town in Texas. I don't understand your big words. Could you please explain to me what restaurant capital of the world means? I mean, inordinate.
Inordinately popular is not normal.
Yeah. Well, talk about Paul McCoy, Michael Jordan, and a giraffe in terms of inordinate.
Paul McCoy is small, and Michael Jordan is tall, and a giraffe is inordinately tall.
Can you name an actor that you consider to be inordinately handsome?
Oh, I think probably is Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt. Who's Brad Pitt?
Is an actor.
Yeah, and what's his nationality?
It's American.
Is he a gringo?
He is.
Okay, I'd like to know a little bit about the Japanese disposition toward Americans.
The Japanese are well disposed to work with U.S. citizens and their products.
And what does well disposed toward mean?
It's the Japanese like to work with people.
Is that an important factor for KFC?
It is, because KFC is an American company.
So?
And so the Japanese are well disposed to work with the American companies, for example KFC.
Would you open a KFC restaurant in Cuba?
I wouldn't.
Why?
Because the Cubans aren't disposed to work with the U.S. citizens.
Okay. So, and what are you well disposed toward?
I'm well disposed toward studying English.
English? Are you more disposed toward studying Russian or English?
I'm well disposed to study English.
Yeah. Tell me, did KFC enter into the fast food business in Japan alone?
It did. It didn't. It started in Japan with 2 test operations, and it started with Mitsubishi.
Yeah, and what's the nationality of Mitsubishi?
It's Japanese.
And what kind of a relationship did KFC have with Mitsubishi?
It had a joint venture.
Oh, a joint venture, what's that?
Is when 2 companies go together to the same point.
And what was the same point?
It was to the fast food in Japan.
Yeah, and what were the terms of the joint venture?
It was 15-50.
And what percentage did KFC have and what percentage did Mitsubishi have?
KFC had 50 and Mitsubishi had 50.
Well, why didn't KFC open in Japan alone? Why did it enter into a joint venture with Mitsubishi?
Because Mitsubishi is a Japanese company and it have experience work with the Japanese, and KFC is an American company and needed help from Mitsubishi.
What's the reason Mitsubishi entered into the joint venture with KFC?
Because KFC is a popular fast food restaurant in the world.
Yeah, and how did KFC start in Japan?
It started with 2 test operations.
And where did it put them?
It put one in Osaka, in the expo in Osaka, and the other in a department store in Tokyo.
Why didn't they just open 324 restaurants? Why start with 2 test operations?
Because they wanted to see how was the fast food in Japan, the fast food restaurants.
Yeah, and were the test operations successful?
They were.
What's your evidence they were successful?
Because one of them broke records.
Which one?
It reached 100,000 more.
No, but which one?
The expo in Osaka.
Expo in Osaka. And was KFC was chicken popular in Japan before KFC?
It was.
What's your evidence?
Because the Japanese like to eat yakitori, and yakitori is chicken.
Yeah, is yakitori popular in Japan?
It is.
How popular is it?
I don't know, but it's one of the plates more popular in Japan.
Is it the most popular plate in Japan?
It isn't, but I don't.
What KFC brought to the table and what Mitsubishi brought to the table?
KFC broke the table, broke the experience working in a fast food market, the name, because KFC is a famous company in the world, and Mitsubishi brought the experience working in Japan because it's a Japanese company, and so the name too.
Okay, what do you think? Was it a good idea?
It was, because KFC had a little or no competition, because the fast food wasn't common when it decided to start in a fast food market. And it had the help from Mitsubishi, it's a Japanese company, and it was a great idea. I think that.
Okay, I think so too. And you passed your exam.
Thank you.
I'd like for you to teach me the lesson Robert Johnson in Honduras. Teach me.
Robert Johnson in Honduras, is he?
He's Robert Johnson.
Is he Arnold?
He is, he's Robert Johnson.
Where is he?
He's in Honduras.
Is he in Guatemala?
He's in Honduras.
What is his position?
He's a plant manager.
Is he teacher?
It isn't his plant manager.
Where does he work?
He works in Zip McCoy.
Does he work in Pizza Hut?
He doesn't. He works in Zip McCoy.
Where is he studying?
He isn't studying. He's working in Zip McCoy.
Where is he working?
He's working in Zip McCoy.
Is he working in Ali?
He isn't. He's working in Zip McCoy.
How old is he?
He's 42.
Is he 5?
He isn't. He's 42.
Is he married?
He is. He's married with the beautiful Mary Johnson.
Is he married with Madonna?
He isn't. He's married with Mary Johnson, and he isn't married with Paulita Benita Chiquita.